everybody. Welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I am your hostess, Madge Madigan.
Madge, you have something on your lip.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, anyway, hey, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Madge Unmuted. I am your hostess, Madge Madigan. Welcome, welcome. And with me, as always, is Fitz.
Hi.
Hi.
What's going on, Madge?
There is nothing.
How art thou?
I am dandy, just playing with random shit I find. It's what I do.
It's what you do to keep yourself sane. If you're anything like me, my goodness.
Do you like? Oh,
what the hell is
I'll
that?
pick that up later. Hey,
Was that my new coaster? Oh, those things are sweet, man.
They are
made by veterans. You hear how I said that? Veterans.
Veterans,
not veterans. Veterans. Okay. Blurry Rock Fox. I gotta love it.
How's that? Anyway, hey, Fitz Rock Fox Studios, get your coaster today.
No, I'm not selling those.
I'm sorry.
Those are my NFTs.
Oh, and these are my NFTs. Oh, never mind. Hey, Rock Fox Studios, you got some shit to record?
Don't we all?
Fitz will do it, because he needs money.
That's right. Especially with all the shit that's been breaking in my life lately. We'll get on that.
Exactly. And I need money too. So subscribe while you're here. And buy me a coffee or subscribe to Patreon or just Venmo me because I'm cute. Because me and Fitz got a lot of shit to buy.
Yep. That's true.
What is falling apart at your house?
Oh,
I thought it was just me.
I just...
I mean, not me falling apart.
You're not falling apart.
It's the shit at my house.
I had... so my garage door broke.
Mm-hmm.
We've actually had... I don't know, we've had the place come out 3 times in the last year for different things. And this time it was the actual door. And I don't know if you know this, but garage doors are expensive.
Yeah.
Even the cheap ones.
Yeah.
Remember my basement flooded. Remember when that happened? So we got
this old house.
Yeah, it totally is. We did get an insurance settlement. It wasn't a whole lot, but so we had some guy scheduled to come out to take a look at the basement, to do the carpet, and to do the baseboards that need to be replaced and stuff like that. And it was 10:30. He was supposed to be there, and he texted Kelly and said, I'm running late and da-da-da. She's like, never mind, forget it. Like, there's no wiggle room with her.
Wow.
You know? When she has a day off, she's got it scheduled. And the guy's like, well, I had a long drive and I had to stop and get gas. And it's like, figure that out on beforehand. Yeah. This is business. You show up on time. Actually, you show up a little bit early. That's on time. Yeah. But, so, and I had to get a new car.
This has been Car Talk.
Yes.
Click and Clack.
Click and Clack, the Tapper Brothers. I used to love that show.
I did too.
And I didn't even care when they talked about actual car stuff. They were so funny.
Oh, I know.
They were just so funny.
Oh,
and
I know.
I could only wish to be that funny. Mm-hmm. You can wish in one hand and what is it?
I don't know.
Crap in the other and see which one fills up first.
Jerk it off with the other.
Oh!
Sorry. Whoops.
My goodness, is it going to be that kind of show?
I'm not going to lie. I'm not going to lie. I was kind of ready for that, and then we had to slow it down with Fitz's This Old House.
I see. Hey, you know what? Don't ask. Don't ask what's going on with me if you don't want to hear the answer. Okay? Okay. Toots.
Just giving you shit. Okay there, Toots. Just speaking of that, I was talking to John earlier, and he said something, I don't know. We were talking about podcasts and then said something about broad. And right at the same time, we said, hey, that would be a great name for my podcast, The Broadcast. Get it? I'm a broad. And of course, somebody already has it.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I'm like, boy, yeah, I'm really original. I'm clever. So,
I think Madge Unmuted is much better.
I think it's fucking awesome.
Yes.
And more people should watch. Tell your friends. I think this probably should be thrown out since I put it in my mouth.
That's a C-47 clip, by the way.
What is that?
In the film industry, we call that a C-47 clip.
Oh, okay.
It's also known as a clothespin.
Why C-47?
Because somebody thought it would be funny to give it a name like that when it's just a clothespin, so that the new guy on the PA wouldn't know what a C-47 was.
Oh,
Yeah.
that old chestnut.
Yes. Make the new guy feel like shit and stupid.
Yeah.
Everybody has that in their own industries, right?
It's a dude thing.
Yeah.
So what I'm going to talk about today is we're wrapping it up here for the season. Season 2 in the books, in the can.
In your can?
In my can. No.
The whole season.
The whole season. So yeah, we're wrapping it up. I know this is, and because tomorrow I'm going on, I have like such a busy summer.
So anyway, what are you doing this summer, Madge?
This summer, well,
busy?
I am tomorrow. I'm leaving. I got to go down to Dunkirk for several days.
Dunkirk,
New York, my hometown. Where unfortunately, but not one of my best friends down there, her father passed away, and so they're having a memorial service for him, and he was 86.
Oh, bless him.
So yeah, he had a wonderful life, great guy. Like everybody, this thing is going to be ridiculous because everybody in town knew him and loved him.
Yeah.
And for decades, I mean, he was like, I don't know, for like 50 years or something. He was a teacher at our high school, but he was also the golf pro at the country club for like 50 years. So like, everybody knew him. So anyway, go for that. And that'll actually be nice to see old friends. And then, I'm working at the bar most of the whole summer. And then I got to go down to Dunkirk a few more times because I have a brother and a sister coming into town for reunions and stuff from the West
fun.
Coast. Yeah. It's always fun to hang with family.
You got a nice big Irish family, right?
I do. Speaking of that.
Yes.
Do you ever find that, how many kids in your family?
Like as far as me, my immediate family, brothers and sisters, there's just 3 of us. But
no, I want to know about the Sullivans that live next door to you. What the fuck?
I thought I was thinking of my parents because they're the ones that have the big families.
Your
like,
siblings?
No, there's just the 3 boys.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that'll do.
That'll do, pig.
That'll do, pig. Do you find that when you now as an adult you get together with your brothers, do you kind of revert to the roles you had when you were a kid?
It's always there. I don't know if it's. See, are all your siblings close in age?
No.
Close-ish. What's the age difference?
It's like there's 2 families. There's
the older ones and the kids.
Yeah. The older ones are like 3 years apart, then 2 years apart, and then there's 6 years difference, and then we're 3 years apart, 2 years apart.
So from the youngest to the oldest is what, 9 years? 16 years. Holy shit.
My oldest sister is 16 years old.
Yeah, so it's similar. My 2 brothers are 10 and 11 years older than me.
Holy crap.
So yeah, I was like, whoops.
I was going to say.
They're Irish twins.
You're the one that got by the goalie. Score.
My dad said he almost called me Harvey Wallbanger.
Oh dear God. So yeah, I find that I was talking to Amy about this actually the other day, our dear friend Amy White. And
Namaste.
On the pole. And so Amy, she does pole dancing for fitness on the side. And she's also an intuitive meeting
I love her
coach.
fitness channel.
Yes. And so what the fuck was I talking about? Oh,
Amy?
I was talking to her and talking about how so like when you're growing up, and I watched something else that made me think of this too. Like when you're growing up, you only know what you know. Do you know what I mean?
I'm kind of that way now. I really only know what I know.
Well, when you're growing up, you just know like what's in your immediate surrounding.
Yeah.
I'm talking about,
Your world. Your world is small, and that's all you know.
Yeah, and you don't understand shit until you're older.
Yeah.
And so then it's really important, people, that when you're dealing with other people, to even people that are fucking horrible, just realize sometimes there may be stuff in their past that
it's
that's the only way they know how to act, or
empathy,
it's affected them,
right?
Yeah, empathy, compassion, and I mean, even I used to work in. I'm going to go back to what I was talking. I used to work in daycare, and there was this sign in the staff bathroom that said,
"All employees must wash their hands."
That. And please, no, it said front to back. No, it said the children that need love the most are the ones that display it in the worst way, or show it in the worst ways, or something.
Yep.
And it was basically like, kids, but people, adults, people that act out are the ones that really need our love the most sometimes. And I know we live in a really authoritarian world.
Yeah.
Well, okay, country that, people are always like, my parents used to beat me as a kid. Well, that's why you're so angry.
Right.
Adults.
Right.
That's why you're, but it's also,
we got whipped with a switch and turned out just fine.
Yeah, exactly. And it goes back to, I only know what I was, I knew what I knew back then, until you are able to, grow up and look out, look
see
inside from out, or whatever the fuck the saying is, So, back to what I was talking about. So just know that, there's a reason why people might act like they are, if not even for just mental illness. But anyway, so I was thinking about, I was meditating on something the other day, and they said, think about your dreams and how do you feel? What does your inner voice say? I know we're getting really deep today. Sorry. And I noticed the thing that I heard, but I felt fear around it. And I was like, fuck, what the fuck is that? When you have some sort of, not epiphany, but realization of something you've always thought, listen to your intuition, people.
Yeah.
This will tell you a lot about you. And so I was like, oh man, it's fear. And where does that fear come from? And the fear came from when I was little. I had this absolute fear. Not an absolute fear. I always had this fear of being left behind.
Yeah.
I always had this, what about me?
Yeah.
It's a thing that just happens in big families with the little kids. I always...
Home Alone syndrome. The Kevin McAllister. Yeah.
And it just happens. It was nothing personal. I know by the time I got to my third kid, I was like,
haven't seen him haven't seen her in a week. Where is she?
You don't want to eat that? I don't care.
Yeah.
Go. Here's some, cereal for dinner. So, but no, you do what you have to do. And so I always had this nagging. Not absolute fear. I just had this nagging, what about me? Oh, and I was going to say, people that are always like, oh, the youngest ones are always so spoiled. No, the youngest ones get forgotten about a lot. And I don't want to play oh, poor me and I had it worse than you, but just remember, it's not always hard. So anyway, I had this fear, and I was kind of a needy kid, not
get out.
I know, not needy in needy. I'm a very affectionate person.
Yeah. You need human interaction.
I need a lot of love.
Yeah.
I give a lot of love. I want hugs and kisses and, lovey-dovey. And
you're like a house plant.
I was thinking more of a dog, but, okay. So, and and when your siblings are certain ages, you know, they're like, oh man, we're too cool, you know, so they're at like the we're way too cool stage. And so, and they were all, and the older ones were all teenagers. So it was like, they're just going off and doing their thing. And I was always like, why am I always left, you know, no one's around, you know, like I like internalized that shit, like took it personally, like nobody likes me. So anyway, why I started this is so when I see my siblings, I've been focusing on don't go back to the
don't revert back to that old way.
Don't because I did for years. I get that feeling. I would get that feeling when I would go get in the room with them. I would be like,
yeah, like you're sitting down and they're all talking and you're just like, doo-doo-doo.
Yeah.
Hi, I'm here. Don't forget about me.
Yeah. Or
I still get that. I still feel that way sometimes. The adults are talking.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Or like they all have much more important things to say. And granted, I am very different from my siblings. Very different. And I mean, they've even told me so that like I have a very big personality. And that's just who I am. And I used to try and like shrink myself down all the time to be like, oh, I don't want to, because my parents were a little bit like that too. Like, you know, just, oh, stop. You're so loud.
Yeah.
You know, and so I'm trying really hard to be myself, not be too obnoxious because nobody likes that, but also not be the like, well, I'm less than you guys.
Yeah.
You know, so know my place. So it's going to be a fun summer of that shit.
Yeah, that's going to be a heck of a challenge. For me, growing up, because my brothers were pretty much out of the house. You know, they were 19 and 20 years old. I was 10. You know, so
that's how mine were.
So I was a lot like an only child. And actually, I found out as I got older and into my late 20s and early 30s that my brothers kind of resented me because
I'm sorry, I'm listening.
Gargling while I'm pouring out my heart.
I know. I was like, yes, you resented. Yes. Sorry.
Well, because like my dad, you know, I got things that they didn't get.
Yeah.
You know,
that's where they think the spoiling thing.
And it's like, okay, so I was spoiled. You know, my dad, I'll admit it. And I've tried to, you know, you can't blame somebody for that.
Exactly.
You can't blame the person who's spoiled. You don't know any better. This is my life. This is okay. They gave me all these things. Sorry.
Exactly. But also,
what am I going to do?
Also with us, I found with me, you know, there's pros and cons to every person in the family.
Sure.
You know,
I have a couple of cons in my family as well.
Ex-cons
yes.
So there's pros and cons, you know, like me, like I, you know, would like, oh, I got left behind and I didn't get the, ooh, cuddly baby. I didn't even get birthday parties because
Jesus,
they were just done
Did they
with
even,
that.
They were like,
well, I mean, I don't even know if the older ones
good morning,
did.
Madge, you're 10, get ready for school. Or Peg.
No,
Sorry, they called you Peg, right?
Yeah, Peg. You know what happened? And I'm not like complaining. I'm just stating the facts. Like when I was at birthdays, I remember there's a whole period of, I don't know, what was it? Probably from about 10 years old to 13. I don't know, 10 to 13, something around there. I spent like every birthday at my brother's track meets.
Oh.
Because he was in high school.
Yeah.
He was 5 years older than me. And he was an excellent runner, like state miler. I don't know what his place was, but you know, and then he ended up going to Bucknell on a track and cross country scholarship.
Nice.
So anyway, you know, he was a high level, you know, competitor. And so I was being schlepped around to track meets all the time. Then during the summer, my father and my two brothers always ran in like 10Ks because my dad was a runner in college. My other brother, Michael, was a runner in college. So it was like our whole life was like traveling to 10Ks in the 70s, the whole mid to late 70s. And it's like, I just got schlepped around all the time. So yeah, when everybody else left, and we had to move to a place when I was in the middle of high school, and I was the only one left. So I got my own room, and there was a phone in there.
Oh God! I mean, geez, did they wait on you hand and foot too? How spoiled can one kid be?
I know. It's like it was a 3-bedroom house.
Yeah.
You guys were like married and had kids, and I got my own room, and I got. And then I got the Left Behind shitty 8-track stereo. Right. I had that in my room.
I also got to wear all your clothes.
Yes, exactly.
You guys got to wear them new.
And it's like I somehow had this penthouse suite, that I was living at. And it's like, I just spit. It's like, I was just the last one left. What did you want me to go sleep in a bassinet in Mom and Dad's room so everybody would be cool? But yeah, you're right. Oh, so I find now too things that like I'll have something or I'll post a picture of it on TV or whatever, social media, and my brother and sister be like, "Why do you have that? How did you get that?" And I'm like, "You guys went off to college and left all your shit at home." And you forgot about it. And I accumulated it. And then, Mom and Dad moved away and I took, shit travel. It's not like I stole it.
Right.
You left it behind and I ended up with it. You want it back? Okay. Your album from 1973, you left it behind.
I think once you're in your adult years, and I mean not just in your 20s, I'm talking over 40. Mm-hmm. When everybody gets past that point,
right?
That's
when you really start to process things.
Yeah, and most people start to see things better, less through the lens of the time.
Yes,
and more through after your own personal experiences and being around in the world and stuff, and you go, exactly. Oh wow, hindsight is 2020, and you can actually hopefully have some time to work on that relationship, so you don't have that same stigma and those same hangups from when you were kids.
Right. Yeah, we had this without telling too much, but no, they don't care. I don't know. I love my siblings. Love Kathy, Molly, Michael, Tom, Jane, and me, and then Patrick also, who's our little angel. So anyway, we had, it was summer of 2019, and pretty much everybody came. We're all over the country, so we all came, and we were down in the hometown where we grew up, Dunkirk. I think it was just 4 of us. It was just 4 of us, and we had a lot of time. We all stayed in my friend's farmhouse together, and we would go to the beach together and stuff. And so, we would start talking, and like we never talked about this like this in our lives. Excuse me. Also, I wasn't that close with them growing up because they all went to college and moved away. So, nobody like stayed around at home and went to college, and then nobody moved back home. Oh, well, Michael did for a little bit. He lived in Buffalo. Well, he was in school in Arizona, but anyway, whatever. I'm going to tell Michael's story. So anyway, we're having all these talks, and it starts getting really deep, and we're crying, and we're clarifying things like, you don't know what I went through as a kid, and I went through, and then, when mom got sick after dad, and it was terrible. We're like sobbing and crying. So now we kind of refer to it as like, the summer therapy session or whatever that we had. But it was really great. Like, yeah, if I encourage families to do that, if
and that's big for like an Irish family to even tread those waters.
Like right now, I'm fearing that they'll even they'll be like nope, that never happened.
Yeah.
Denying.
You were dreaming. You were dreaming.
But no, it did, but it was really eye-opening because you're like, well, I thought you were always like this. You didn't care. And they're like, no, you don't know what I did for you or whatever. That's just
stuff that happened behind the scenes that you had no idea, or because especially back then, people didn't talk.
Oh my God, especially my family.
They didn't tell each other how they felt. They didn't express their feelings. It's not something people did.
No, and it really bothers me because I know there's been a lot of things over the years that like I know this one had been mad at me, or this one thinks something or other of me, and I'm like, why don't you talk to me about it? Do you ever think you might be wrong, or that it's not what you think, or so I encouraged my kids, like, when you have a problem, talk to somebody about it. Don't just, because actually, my mother and her mother and God, I think my father's family, they never talked to each other. It was like I said before that, someone will call me out on this shit, but it's there's Irish families, you got to keep track of the grudges, and the Irish American Catholic families, whatever. And so nobody ever talked. It's like, it could have been a completely minor misunderstanding, and you haven't talked to me for 10 years because of it.
Yeah. Oh, that's and
it makes me sad.
Yeah, totally. My family. So with my brothers and I, we don't have that problem. I'm closer with my eldest brother than with the middle brother, but that's just a personality thing. There's no animosity. Just my middle brother Donald, he's not a talker, and so calling him on the phone is a lot of times it's like,
and that's the thing.
So a text is plenty. But when we get together in person, it's obviously a better thing. But on the phone, it's just kind of like,
I mean, of course,
hey, how's it going? All right, yeah, see ya.
That's the thing. Family dynamics, especially when there's a lot of children. There's all different personalities. Some are going to click more than others. Some, it doesn't mean you hate them. Well, I don't know. Some families, I do. I don't know. I don't understand how you. But then again, it's not for me to judge. Whatever.
My parents, though, their families, because they have such big families. My dad is the oldest of 9. My mother is like one of the oldest, not the oldest, but in the top tier of 8.
Varsity.
Yes. So she was the one who babysat all the younger ones when they came along. Mm-hmm. And my dad was out of the house by the time all the younger aunts and uncles, came along. So he was in the Marines, and he doesn't remember. So, and there's still these little battles, especially in my mom's family is terrible.
Really?
There's only really 2 of them. My mom keeps in touch with her sister, with her younger sister, and her other younger sister. We were all very close. She passed away in 2012, which she was my godmother, and it's just, I loved her so much. But my uncles on that side, forget it. One of them made a lot of money and said, fuck you to the rest of the family. He was done. He was done. But there's a whole history to that. Nana. This is Nana's family.
Oh, Nana, hi. Miss you.
Nana, when we had Amy on, and she's what is she? She's a medium, right? She's a medium.
Intuitive.
Apparently my Nana was like busting her ass to get in there.
Look, I got stuff to say.
And that's her. That's her. So, she did not mince words. She said how she felt, a lot of times to other people's dismay. I remember when she first met my wife, she slapped her on the butt and said, "Look, it jiggles." Or when I used to have my hair cut really close, she'd look at me and go, Do you really like your hair that short? Like, I know you don't.
Yeah.
But she meant well, and we all loved her.
Yeah. But
that family did not talk a lot. They stopped talking. After they moved out of the house, then they were like, fuck you.
Yeah.
I'm out of here. Can't stand the criticism.
There's a whole lot more. Yeah, I just, I taught my kids, my God, if you have a problem, talk to each other.
Out with it.
Yeah. I mean, say, you know what? I was really hurt when you didn't do whatever, or, So I encourage all families just to talk to each other. I know there's some people, though, there are people in this world that are absolutely petrified of confrontation.
Sure.
And to tell other people how they feel. And actually, sometimes one of my children has a problem with this, and they've told me, and they're aware of it, but it takes them a lot to gather up the courage to say something. And I was like, that's a hard thing when you have a fear of that. That's anxiety. All I can tell you is try not to think the worst.
Yeah.
I mean, I used to have that. I used to have that terrible fear of confrontation. And that's why anytime I tried to do like a sales job, no fucking way. Nope. I don't. Wait. Hello, sir.
Yeah,
Would you like to buy? Well, now you don't need this. Never mind. Nope. Sorry, I asked. Nope. Never mind. You don't. Yeah.
Yeah. That whole someone when people say, "What's the worst thing they could say?" No.
Yeah.
Ah! Yes.
Rejection.
That's the worst thing they could say. No.
Yes.
They aren't just saying no. They're like, "No, you're a piece of shit for even asking. I hate you. I hope you burn in hell."
I wish I would rather them punch me in the face than say no.
Oh, it's the worst. I have so many horror stories from the many times I tried to do sales, and here I am with my own business. But
right, well, I mean,
thank God for word of mouth and reputation. Jesus.
Right, I mean, there are aspects of our jobs. Anybody, like, you got to sell yourself. You want some opportunity, and it's like,
yeah.
Hey, everybody, send me money and advertise on my podcast.
But see, there's a difference. So, like, and you're probably just like this. Someone comes in the door here and sits down with me. I'll sell them. I'll get them to be excited about this place. I'll get them to be excited about doing a podcast, whatever. But I'm not going out there to get somebody to come in the door. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And you're probably the same way. Someone sits down with you and you're going to try to tell it, and you're excited about something. They're going to see you're excited, and you win them over with your personality, and you get them excited about what you're talking about. Yeah.
No, I know.
I mean, that's how that when you came and sat down here and wanted to do a podcast, that's how I felt. I was like, here's someone who's passionate about this that I'd like to work with. You know?
And it's funny that you say that, because my first reaction is the shrinking.
Yeah.
Like, I know I'm not very good.
Well, I mean, you definitely did come out of your shell since then.
Just a little. I'm trying.
Been trying to get you back in your goddamn shell for a whole.
But it's still not a. I still am filled with self-deprecating humor.
Yeah.
I'm not like a, hey, everybody,
oh my God,
listen to my podcast. It's great. And I'm like, should I? Does that make a difference? Tell me that in the comments. Would it make a difference if I was like, hey, because I'll be honest, I've had friends over the years that have done, social media videos, whatever, blogs even. And I thought, they don't know me, so I thought the person was like annoying. It wasn't my type of thing, but they were like, hey, hi, welcome today. It's me. Everybody join me. And this is great. And we're going to have fun. Woo!
Very, very confident.
Yeah.
And that's the thing with me is I'm afraid that finding the line between self-confidence and being a total jerk, and boastful and you know what I mean?
It's this. You be modest. You're not anything special. That's what I grew up with. But I don't know. But also, me personally, I don't go for that type of personality. It seems phony. What?
No can do.
I can't go for that. Oh, it's phony to me.
Yeah, and so that's why it's like an incredible skill for those who can come across that way and not be phony. Those are the people that you're like, wow, those are the people that have that, that electrifying personality and their charisma. Hitler was one of those people. I hate to bring him up on your show, but that is one of those things where, well, no, I'm wrong about that. He was a boastful piece of shit.
Yeah,
but still, there's that
Bill
confidence.
Clinton, I've heard, had that.
Oh yeah,
just that charisma.
He could get
whatever
anybody
you think,
into bed. Anybody.
Well, but anybody, but as so many books I've read, I'm not. People can't fucking separate shit now. It's not like I'm just telling you facts about the man's personality. I've read so many books that presidential, all of his years.
Politics. We're talking about personality.
He had this magnetism, and he would remember everyone's name, and he would make you feel like you were the only person in the room.
Yeah.
And so I heard like JFK was like that too.
Yep.
There are just those people, no matter what their intentions are, or whatever comes later, whether it's pure, or it's phony baloney. There are just some people that just have that vibe.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people that have that vibe for good, like they love you. There are people that you have that vibe for evil.
Yeah.
Adolf Hitler, apparently.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's what he's talking about. So back to the, I've often wondered how, like, I've become a student of people on social media, YouTube and TikTok, and like, why are these people? Why is this person famous?
Yeah, I can't do that. I just get too disgusted, and I'm like, I don't want to know. I don't want to know why this person is what they are.
I'm more I'm a student of psychology. That's why I love to watch the ID channel.
Oh yeah,
as my kids call it, the murder shows. But
did you ever watch Homicide Hunter with Lieutenant Joe Kenda?
Yes,
Kenda's my hero.
Lieutenant Joe is the best. Colorado Springs.
Yeah, we watched all of them.
I've seen every single one. And one summer, when my kids used to come home for the summer when they were in college. Anyway, those tears are real, actually. One summer, Libby would sit and watch it with me every time, and that became our guy. Lieutenant Joe Kenda was our guy.
My.
Well, what do we have here? You weren't telling the truth now, sir, were you?
One of my friends who's actually from Rochester, doesn't live here. She lives in Tennessee now. She did a couple of those shows.
Oh, really?
She played one of the murder victims. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh.
They shoot those in Tennessee. That's kind of funny because they go out and they get, landscape shots of Colorado Springs, but all the reenactments are done in Tennessee.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't know if you know this, but that's what they did in MASH. Although it wasn't
in Korea.
It was,
It was on a back lot?
Yeah. Well, no, it was actual mountainous foothills in California, and then it was done on
that they shot. Yeah.
So it wasn't even they didn't even get the real shots like Lieutenant Joe. But anyway, I digress.
I cried on the Goodbye, Farewell, Amen episode.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God, did I cry.
Of MASH or Lieutenant Joe? No, I'm kidding.
Both.
Oh, my God, yeah, I cried. I was a senior in high school, and we all got together to watch it. And
what a show that was.
It was. But let me go back to what the fuck I was talking about.
Which time?
I don't know. Something about psychology.
You're a student of psychology.
Oh, why people are famous or why people follow them.
TikTokers and whatnot.
Yeah. So
boobies.
So what?
Nothing. Go ahead.
Did you say boobies?
I might have. Go ahead.
Why do you think I always want mine in the shot? I'm like, that might be a little help. And John said that to me. He's like, you like to show your boobies, don't you? And I'm like, bitch, if it helps bring somebody in.
For season 3, we will reconfigure the camera shot so that we get more of your jugs in the shot. Okay,
Thanks.
Is that good?
Yes.
Are you happy?
Look, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you. If that's a hook,
that's all I ever ask.
You in the door. If that shit'll get you in the door.
Halter tops. All right, so let's just go. We'll go trashy for season 3. We'll just go fucking trash. Just trash it up.
Like half trashy, half intellectual, or
Trash-electual. I like that.
That's me.
Yes.
So anyway, my original question. Let me know, what do you like that? Just like exuding personality, exuding exuberance. No, just like that. Hey, but I guess again, it's all like, personal taste. But that seems to be like the overwhelming majority of people, just like that.
You know what? I just don't. I don't have the patience for what
Anything.
pretty much anything. It's true. It's true. I get my dad's patience.
Is he a doctor? Oh, not that kind of patience. Anyway, continue.
Oh boy, that when what these people have to do they're like, all right, so in order to be trending, you have to do this, and then you have to do this, and then you've always gotta post every 8 minutes on every Wednesday, and then you have to go out and spend an hour researching all of the latest tags and hashtags, and you've got to put them in, like all, and they love it. They love doing that. They do it all the time. And granted, now they've got millions of they did the work, and now they have millions of followers, and they can kind of relax just a little. But then maybe they can't. But I don't I don't want to do that.
But conversely, there are people that did abso-fucking-lutely nothing.
True. And
they just posted a video one day of them doing a dance and their pants fell down.
Right.
And then now they have 2 million followers. And like I mentioned this before, I asked my kids, because I went through a period of that, maybe like my first season. Okay, last week, where I was like studying everything, like, what's, taking all, courses, looking at, webinars, what's the best time of day to post, and trends, and and I asked, but I got into this, like, why are these people famous? And it's just some hot little girl this big, and she's just doing the dance, like,
what's the one? What's the one where they sit there and they're going? You ever see those?
They're jerking off. I don't know.
Seriously, it shows a girl and she's going like this.
No.
And then something comes up on the screen and like it's all like
I haven't seen
it's all
that
redirection.
one.
It's all they look like they're gonna or these girls that it says like top sex facts, and you don't see those before. I must have the wrong.
I don't know what kind of algorithm you're on.
My algorithm is terrible. Seriously, I go on TikTok. I've managed to finally start getting more like DIY projects, because that's the stuff that I really like, where people are like, hey, look, I took this garbage can and I made a flying car.
That's what you have to switch it up manually. You have to go into search up shit and then watch a bunch of that, and then it'll start to feed you.
Well, you know what? I stopped doing it because we were using it for the movie. And this other guy was using the TikTok, and he started following all these hot girls, and so now that's all I saw in the feed were all these hot girls doing these stupid dances and stuff. And I'm like, after 3 or 4 months of watching that, I was like, all right, I'm done.
Oh, yeah, exactly. So, to go back, why I brought this up is like I'd asked my kids, because they are professionals. My son is 28 and the girls are 25 and 23, and I remember it was like over Christmas, and my son was watching, like they'll just hook up their laptop to the TV and watch, YouTube shows or whatever. And I was watching one time, and I'm like, why does this person have a show? Why do you like them? They're sitting here just opening up Christmas presents. And they're like, oh, because, they built up a following and you get to know them as a person, blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, oh, okay. Excuse me, God damn it. But then the other thing, I kept talking to them, and my one daughter said, Mom, really, actually, it's luck sometimes.
Yeah.
She's like, okay, a lot of times. It's just, you never know when
really
something
is.
just hits viral and then they go and
It's one person with a lot of followers happens to retweet or like or share something that you have, and then it's just
right. And that's, excuse me, like I used to get so frustrated. I used to be on these YouTube, Facebook groups, and these people, they had just started. They were just doing it on their iPhone, and it was like, I'm making Easter table decorations, and they're like, oh, all of a sudden my thing got 300,000 views, and now all of a sudden I have 300,000 followers, and I was like, in a month. I'm like, why? What?
Yeah.
And I just stopped.
And there's some
focusing on that.
There's some that
fuck
like
knows? I don't know.
So we bought. Have you ever seen those the Cricut machines?
Oh yeah.
They cut
embroidered.
Yeah, you can
kind of thing.
Yeah. So we bought it. We bought one because we thought we could like make, stuff
Shit?
for shirts for the business and stuff like that. And it's not really, it's not what we thought it was. I started looking at YouTube to see all these videos, and there were some of them, and these people have, like you said, like 400,000 followers,
Yeah.
and their videos are shit.
Yeah.
I'm like, how do you even sit and listen to this? How do these people have all these followers? I don't get it. Anyway,
flip flops. Sorry.
You like-
So these videos, I brought some videos.
Maybe.
So like next season we're gonna do. Oh my God! Stop ringing. Next season we're gonna do season 3. Can you believe it? We're gonna do more sort of live action stuff. So
Like car chases and
no,
shootouts
just like
and
things
stuff?
out and about. So
Skydiving.
so like for example, I'll show you this one video of me and Chris.
Not going so well.
Okay, so that's a video. That's an example of what we're not gonna do.
Yeah.
I attempted, my good friend Chris Coloco, we're like, hey, let's do a live. And it was like midnight. And there were many, many cocktails involved since about the afternoon. So I just thought that was hilarious because I'm like, I just had. So anyway, that's what we're not going to do. I mean, maybe, kind of. We'll go out and about, but I won't.
We'll be able to hear it.
Yeah,
I think
and I won't be big, crazy
be
drunk.
sloshed.
Yeah. So then here's another example. This is kind of a promo for next year. So it's not great, but this is just kind of an example. So, hey everybody, Madge here. I already recorded a video, but I just let my microphone hang, and all you heard was as it. I'm so excited to tell you about season 3 of Madge Unmuted. Here I am in all my workout, walking glory, hot messedness, and just doing this to let you know I'm going to be doing a lot more live action content like this next year. We're going to try and get out of the studio more. So hey, slow down. Jesus Christ, people. So yeah, you'll hear me like yell at people to get off my lawn and shit. No, we'll be going to different events and things. So we'll be back in August after we take a couple months off for the summer. Okay, bye. See, I just want to give you a taste of we're going to be out in our natural habitat more. So that's some of the stuff.
A cave.
Yeah. I mean, it's going to be a lot more entertaining than that, but that was just kind of give you an idea.
Awesome.
Does that make anybody want to watch, or was it kind of lame? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'll watch.
You want to see me attempt to do a live Facebook when I've had too many cocktails?
All right. Well, I guess we can do some news. Do you want to do news?
Yeah, we'll do a quick news.
Oh, quick news.
Yes.
Fine.
an appointment.
All right. Today is National Onion Ring Day. I love onion rings.
Oh,
It's
I hate
also
onion
National Kissing Day.
Oh, 1, 2, 3.
I couldn't get over there. Plus, I just had some onion rings. It's kind of gross. Hostess is getting into the crypto market. Apparently,
Why?
they're coming out with these Twinkies that are called Twink coins.
Oh, come
And
on now.
I thought that was something else.
Yeah,
and then
really.
I realized what it was. But they actually will have no value, and you're supposed to eat them. Kind of just like crypto.
Know a couple guys that probably do. And
Yes.
Anyway.
They're gonna come out with bear coins too.
Good one.
Do you take multivitamins or any kind of supplements?
Yeah, well, yeah, a couple.
Couple.
B12.
According to this new study, I don't know who it is, but they said that multivitamins and supplements are a waste of money for most people.
Fuck those guys.
For most people.
Well, all I know is I had labs done, and as most women my age, they're like, you're low on B12 and D, or yeah, D,
D3?
D, whatever.
Yeah, and then you took them and you were better.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
So bite me. Exactly.
Chicago cops will no longer be allowed to chase people on foot simply because they bolt over minor offenses. Okay, so like if someone like takes shoplifts and then they run, they're just not going to catch him anymore. They're just not going to run after him anymore, which is good for you thieves who are runners.
But like that's when all that other shit happens, when there's shootouts and tackling and police brutality and
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what to do about that. If I had the answers, that's it. Got to wrap it up here. That does it for season 2 of Madge Unmuted. Please subscribe so that you know when season 3 starts. It'll probably be about the second or third week, Thursday of August. So we got to see if we're going to stay on the same schedule and whatnot. So, Fitz, thank you so much for being with me for 2 seasons.
It's been it's my pleasure.
You're something.
My job and my pleasure.
Fuck you. So, Fitz, Rockbox Studios, you need anything recorded?
Rockvox.com.
Rockvox.com. Thanks for joining us, and thanks for 2 great seasons. We'll see you start season 3 in August.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.